Hey everyone, welcome to our channel and enjoy today's explanation. In an alternate 1997, a post-apocalyptic society lives in a land nicknamed the Wasteland. Earth's almost water have turned poisonous. We see a kid who was collecting some trash. He observed humans' severed heads and this scene was horrific. Later, he visits a place where people exchange their goods with each other. There's some people are doing arm wrestling in which a man's name is Frederick, whom no one has been able to beat till date. The kid gives his trash items to the shopkeeper. In return he gets a water bottle and a Turbo Rider comic book. The kid was a great admirer of the superhero named Turbo Rider and wants to become like him. A man approaches to Frederick and says to him that your brother has suddenly disappeared. Actually, he was kidnapped by the town's leader named Zeus and he brutally killed Frederick's brother. On the other side, the kid was reading the comic book with great pleasure while sitting on the swing. A quirky young girl arrives there and tries to befriend with the kid. She introduces herself as Apple and ties a friendship band on his hand. Later, when the kid sees her talking with a dead body, he becomes quite afraid and runs from there. The friendship band starts glowing that Apple has tied him. He tries to put it off but he gets an electric shock during this and he faints. On the other side, Frederick was going to meet Zeus with his friends for inquiring about his brother. Frederick's friends make him understand that Zeus is a very dangerous person. Do not fight with him. We better find drinking water and go home. But Frederick does not listen to them and goes to Zeus. Zeus kills his friends and he also entrapped Frederick. Scene shits on the kid. As he wakes up, the girl named Apple was standing in front of him. The kid becomes delighted after seeing her and Apple joins him in searching of useful things. The kid teaches Apple his rules on how to survive in the wasteland and he strictly advises her not to go in the danger zone in any condition. On the other side, Frederick becomes quite ragged and tries to attack Zeus, but one of his soldiers cuts Frederick's hand. Scene changes. The kid asks Apple, "Where are you from?" Suddenly some of Zeus' soldiers kidnaps Apple and the kid runs for his life. While running, he mistakenly falls into an buried spaceship, where he discovers the remains of the real Turbo Rider. He gets a little emotional because he considers the Turbo Rider as his hero. After taking Turbo Rider's armor and wrist weapon, he sets off to rescue Apple. He asks the soldier who was chasing him that where is Apple, but the man attacks on the kid. However, there was some real powers in that suit and the kid kills that man with his wrist weapon. Scene changes. Apple was also brought where Frederick's brother was killed and here we comes to know that Zeus has a device through which he grind captives into water. The Turbo Kid arrives there and he warns Zeus to leave Apple or else I will kill you all. But Zeus makes fun of him. The kid tries to attack but the suit's battery has turned low and he was unable to use his wrist weapon. Then he got captured and thrown into the arena with Frederick and Apple. The Turbo Kid asks the Zeus to free all the people he has kidnapped, but the Zeus clearly rejects this and fires at Apple in rage. Meanwhile, a soldier grasps the Turbo Kid, but now his suit's battery is charged as well and he kills the soldier. The kid tries to kill Zeus but remains unsuccessful. Then Apple, Frederick and the Turbo Kid leave from there. Zeus becomes ragged and orders to bring the Turbo Kid to him at any cost. On the other side, the Turbo Kid was quite shocked to see Apple, because even after being shot nothing happened to her. Here it reveals that she is a robot. After knowing this, the kid becomes afraid. She tells him that she is a friendship model and she will never harm him. But due to the bullet there would have been some problem in Apple and soon it would stop working. The kid again goes to that shopkeeper from whom he used to exchange goods. The kid asks him for some robotic parts and the shopkeeper directs them to the robot graveyard where they can find their desired components. Later, Zeus also kidnaps the shopkeeper and threatens him that, "If you don't tell me about the kid I'll bring your intestines out." Hearing this he becomes afraid and tells about Apple and the kid. Despite this, Zeus kills him and then he sends his soldiers to capture them. Both of them are on the run to save their lives, but during the fight one of the soldiers cut off Apple's head. The kid somehow reaches the robot's graveyard. He holds a body of a robot and attaches Apple's head on it. Then he falls unconscious to the graveyard's toxic fumes. In the kid's memory we see one of his childhood memory. One day, Zeus had come to his parents and asked them for water, When he sees that they have plenty of water, he threatens them and says, "You can't extract water without my permission because this is my land." He asks them for all the water, but they refuse to give it, so Zeus kills them both. Then we come into the present time. When Kid wakes up, he sees that Frederick has taken him out of the graveyard after saving him. On the other side, Apple also wakes up and she becomes happy to see herself in another dress. Frederick and the Kid were moving ahead, but they see themselves surrounded by the Zeus soldiers. Although Frederick and the Kid defeat many of Zeus' soldiers, the Kid is about to be killed when Apple shows up and rescues him. Upset at his men's incompetence, Zeus shoots the Kid, Apple and Frederick, but the Kid is saved by a tin case that he kept under Turbo Rider's armor. Using the wrist weapon, he blasts Zeus and his remaining soldiers. Apple wakes up again and both of them were quite happy, believing that everything has become fine. Meanwhile, Zeus rises and reveals himself also to be a robot, a corporate model designed to ruthlessly conquer all competition. He attacks the Kid with his laser beam. The Kid blows him up by shooting explosives that Frederick brought along with them. Apple dies while protecting the Kid from the blast. The explosion reveals a fresh water source underneath the site. After the Kid buries Apple, Frederick invites him to stay and help him deliver water to the people of the wasteland. The Kid declines and rides off to explore the wastelands. I hope that you liked the video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.